Last time on Like a Dragon Ball Z, two elderly people were surprisingly murdered by a mysterious man in a trench coat trying to get some sort of necklace. We saw our favorite protagonist again. We were introduced to what might just be the worst romance subplot in all video game history. The protagonist got cancelled by Gargura, and then we got the boys back together and stormed Seiryu Clan HQ and reunited with our old friend Joe Sarashiro. What will happen next? Will our main character get any maidens? Will paradise be saved by our hero? And how will our hero conquer his new rival, Yutaka Yamai? All that and more on this episode of Like a Dragon Ball Z. Our culture has a very high image of Hawaii, a beautiful paradise where nothing can go wrong. Basically, heaven on earth. We tend to view Hawaii the same way a Christian would view heaven. If you believe enough in the system and praise it to completion, working hard enough, you will be guaranteed absolute paradise there. This idea is a false one, as no place on earth is paradise. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, released in 2024, would agree. This is how Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth deconstructs the culture's view of Hawaii. Hey, that's the title. Skipping some events, at the beginning of Chapter 2, Saga heads to a meeting with Joe Sarashiro, who is reintroduced in the end of Chapter 1. If you haven't seen my video on Chapter 1, go check out the last video. Next, he tells us we have a missing mom all the way in Hawaii that we need to go save. And that's basically going to be the human MacGuffin of the story. Apparently, she's quite important as Saga's adopted father killed an entire clan and tortured to death its leader just to save our main character's mother. So, this is serious. We gotta lock in now! Alright, quick side tangent though, but it would be really cool if there was some like DLC side campaign where we get to play as Masumi Arakawa during this described event by Joe Sarashiro. The gimmick would be we have no party members, but the one we do have is extremely strong. That'd be really cool, and I'd really enjoy a DLC like that. But instead, the DLC offerings for Infinite Wealth is New Game Plus, which came free with every other game up until this point, but that's just the game industry, baby. Some random costumes, and whatever the big swell was. Alright, back to the story though. Tomorrow, we board the plane to Hawaii. It'll be a while before we come back to Japan, so make sure you do everything you want before we come back 30 hours from now. So, we wave goodbye to our friends, Koichi and Hideo Kojima, and we board the plane to our vacation to Hawaii. While on the plane, a man named Eiji Mitamura is in a wheelchair, and our man Ichi shows him some help. In the English version, Eiji says ahuiho, and in the Japanese version, he says bon voyage. I don't know what he says in Chinese, though. I don't know. I didn't use that dub at all. We will come back to this game's voice acting a little later, and oh boy, it's not gonna be with kind words. Alright, I'm going ham. Alright, we're getting in the ring with the game's voice acting. You probably know what I'm talking about if you're a Yakuza fan. Alright, now let's just blend in Hawaii. We find a taxi driver and show him Makane's address, and all seems well until he pulls out a gun on Ichiban. 20 minutes into being in America and we get a gun pulled on us. Truly makes me shed a red, white, and blue tear. We then proceed to have a fight with Eric, and afterwards, our man Saga says something very sus, very zesty, very Drake.
You know, if it just did your job, you'd have got a fat tip. But now all you get is a fat lip.
Gay! He's gay! I'm not gay. He's gay!
Alright, we are then falsely accused of robbery, and then the wheelchair dude shows up and flips the accusation around. And then Eric, the taxi driver, eats your mama's address. What do you think I was gonna say, pervert? Right away, your expectations of Hawaii being paradise is broken. Like that! We will dissect this more in just a bit, but how genius to tackle the setting of Hawaii, man. Keep in mind, most other games that take place in Hawaii are racing games or just tropical themed, not specifically about Hawaii. The only other RPG set in Hawaii, to my knowledge, is Pokemon Sun and Moon. So I would like to make it very clear. Let me be clear. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth is like the only game to tackle this prominent. Actually, fun fact. Alright, I cut out this part where I say something extremely out of pocket, even for me. So, for the joke here, I'll let you imagine what I say. I'll leave it up to your imagination. Comment below what your dark imagination conjured up that I said. Once Wheelchair Dude clears your name, you wheel him back to his place, and he uses a photo of the letter to Akane's house to figure out where it is. And that's when he shows up! Now introducing the Yakuza champion, Yutaka Youngboy!
Hey, it's you! From the taxi!
It's like a meat locker in here. So, these were the ones giving you grief, Tomizawa.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Yamai-san.
Dude looks like a modern-day pirate.
You know, your face looks awful familiar.
Yeah?
Now where have I seen you before?
Alright, wow, that man's awesome. After we have a tough fight with him, we bolt out of there. This is when we get to the thing that I've been waiting to talk about after so long. The thing that I've been showing you throughout this chapter, right as Kasuga lands on the sand. Being mugged, being falsely accused of robbery, being attacked by the locals, and having his place of sleeping broken into with a metal bar. Hawaii is no perfect paradise, just like I said in the intro, and I've demonstrated throughout this video. Again, our culture has a tendency to portray it as a perfect place of escape. So, when what just happened to our main character happened, it sets one of the main themes of the story extremely early. While Infinite Wealth does show the tourist side of Hawaii in its side content, because we are still in Hawaii, and the fact that Infinite Wealth partnered up with a few brands to promote the game, it is not afraid to show the less advertiser-friendly parts of Hawaii. You know, for example, how the homeless population is gonna just dump there. Like, seriously, how isn't this brought up more in the cultural conversation? Also, go to homelesshawaii.org if you want more information, for that is my source. Nothing is that affordable in Hawaii, like at all. And there is a big crime problem over there. Infinite Wealth shows all this without pulling punches at multiple points in the story. Over the course of the mini-games, side activities, and side quests, you get to bond with the natives of Hawaii. You will save Hawaii for them. Not for the tourist attractions, or momentary distractions, but for the people. You are playing as a man of the people, and he will show that for human connection. In Infinite Wealth's message about Hawaii not being some tourist paradise comes a genuinely beautiful message about genuine, real, lasting bonds with other people and what it's like to live in a shared society with other genuine people. I'll keep coming back to this theme later in this video, but let's finish this chapter first. Ichiban and Eiji Mitamura leave, and the next day we see Ichiban take a taxi over to his mama's house. He walks in, and that's all she wrote for chapter 2 of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Overall, that was a good chapter. I give it an 8 out of 10. It introduced what it wanted to perfectly, dog. I believe Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has 4 main themes. 2 of them haven't been revealed yet. Each of the first 4 chapters introduce one of the 4 themes. Chapter 1 introduced the theme of redemption, and Chapter 2 was Hawaii is not a tourist paradise. Let's see how these themes and new themes develop in the next chapter. But before that, let me tell you about this ranking system. Each chapter will be ranked out of 10, and then the points will be tallied up at the end and put over 140. I hope I'm showing a diagram on screen right now. That is 10 times the number of the chapters in the game. 14 times 10, 140. Got that? Now, let's go to an intermission before we cover the next chapter in this video. I really wish I got an ad sponsorship.
Say that everything is still okay, that's all I want to know. And what they're saying, say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. Everyone is saying you don't love me, say it isn't so. Everywhere I go, everyone I know, whisper that you're growing tired of me, say it isn't so. People say that
Alright, you still there? Now that we're back in the game like we never left, this is what happens when Kasuga goes to his mom's house. She isn't there. Instead, he is greeted by her servant, Chitose Fujinomiya. They have a nice drink together, they get to talking, sharing details, mainly as to why he's here in the first place. It's pretty nice. All is well until she spikes his drink with something that puts him to sleep, and then he wakes up on the beach, stripped nude. Bro, that sucks. Oh man. Personally? Back to Chitose Fujinomiya. She has a very fun name to say. Back to what she did. I have a theory. A game theory! I think the idea came to the writers to make her do what she does because of the phenomenon of people scamming tourists, especially in popular tourist destinations like Hawaii or Paris. Wait, who was in Paris again? So everyone sees Kasuga nude, and he's arrested for public nudity and taken into custody. Then the cop who arrested him is just revealed to be racist? Really?
Sleep that I never get. Thanks to all you Japanese folks running around, needing help or making trouble. Nothing crazy on your report. Guess you're just another sick pervert. But hey, your country's famous for weird shit. Like the anime porn or the panty machines, huh?
Would you just listen?
Alright, so fun fact, the line about the adult material and the panty machines only exists in the dubbed version of this game. If you play using the Japanese audio, he only says, "Wow, guess I'm looking at the real deal." Which makes the fact that this is included in the dubbed version all the more hilarious, and is one of the key reasons I'm a dubs over subs guy. Alright bro, back to the video. Due to the officer being racist, and Kasuga being basically a John Doe, he is then immediately framed for a whole bunch of other crimes like a robbery, a mugging, and the murder of Jeffrey. My lawyers have advised me to not continue with this joke. Kasuga breaks free of the cops, and then he finds the one, the only, you know him, the Dragon of Dojima, Kazuma Kiryu! He's here under the orders of the Daidoji faction in order to find Akane. If you don't know, Kazuma Kiryu, at the end of Yakuza 6, faked his own death to protect himself and the orphanage he runs. And now he has a new identity under the Daidoji faction and does orders for them. We don't know why the Daidoji faction wants Akane. Whoever's broski, maybe she a baddie and the Daidoji trying to rizz her up. The Industrial Revolution was a mistake. Alright, let's put you on game about the controversy about how Kazuma Kiryu is portrayed in the game, especially his new voice actor. If you don't know, his voice actor for this game is a YouTuber named Yang Ya, and a lot of people don't like that. Yang Ya is a popular YouTuber known for making gaming news content on his channel. Eventually, he was cast for the role of Kazuma Kiryu. People did not like this. Well, I'll let their two voices speak for themselves. This is Kazuma Kiryu's voice. And this is Yang Ya's voice.
For that purpose, Soylent has fit perfectly into my life. I tried every single one of these, and not only did I think that they were all delicious, I also loved how creamy and smooth the drink's texture was. I actually looked forward to drinking Soylent every day.
I'm not saying that Yang Ya is a bad voice actor. He just shouldn't have played Kazuma Kiryu, the most alpha Giga Chad man in all of video games, dog. For example, Anya Taylor-Joy is an amazing actor. We all love ourselves some Anya Taylor-Joy. But it would be a bad decision for her to play Nick Fury or Barrett from Final Fantasy VII. But back to Kazuma Kiryu, when I heard, Yang Ya sing Judgment with the Kiryu voice on, I was laughing to death, but also dying on the inside. Back to the story, bro. Kasuga gets some new clothes, and we have a new party member, Kazuma Kiryu. After this, we're introduced to his special mechanic, switching styles. His first style is Brawler. This is him at neutral. He functions just like any other party member here. His second style is Rush. He gets wider range to move around in, deals less damage, but gains an extra action if you use a melee attack. His third style is Beast. It has a much lower circle to play about in, but does the most damage. You can guess which mode I picked for most of the game. Obviously, I chose the one that lets you do the most damage, because at the end of the day, turn-based JRPGs are a numbers game where the goal is to make the opponent's HP 0 by whatever means necessary. One would presume the one that lets you do the most damage would be objectively the best choice, would it not? Slight exception is when I would occasionally use Rush in order to get more range, or if I was in a non-consequential, very easy random encounter, or I just forgot to switch from Brawler. How I would personally choose to fix this imbalancing issue is to implement a mechanic where you damage yourself by using physical attacks while in beast mode, kind of like how Persona handles physical skills, and it works great, so why not here? Just spitballing though. Then Ichiban and Kiryu stay the night and wake up to run it back and get back to that house we were just knocked out at. Before we get to go there, we are introduced to a new mechanic where the square button allows you to say aloha to the locals and make friends with them. If they ever get jumped, you can defend them for a large cash payout. You can even befriend animals by giving them food, which I think is so cute. You can report back to the lady that introduced you to the minigame and get even more rewards. What if I told you that wasn't the purpose of this feature, of getting rewards and stuff? The real purpose is immersion and world building. I really love that. I just die of happiness whenever games take advantage of the fact that they are games to create a really lived-in setting that has a world that expands far past your point of view. To come back to the thesis statement before we get to the final story beat of this video, Infinite Wealth deconstructs the image of Hawaii. But now, after this next story beat, the reconstruction can start to take hold when we get back to Akane's house. When Kasuga and Kazuma Kiryu head to Akane's house, we see Yutaki Yamai buddying up with Eric Tomizawa and a bunch of other crooks and goons. Turns out Yamai wants Akane too, and then orders Eric to shoot Kasuga and Kiryu. But then, something truly amazing and heartwarming happens. Right when he's just about to shoot Kasuga, deep down, he finds the moral conviction that he just doesn't feel right about shooting him, and he's kind of a wuss. And then, boom, he doesn't do it. And with some help from Kasuga and Kiryu, he rebels against Yamai and finally joins the team. We win in the fight, and afterwards, the team rides away to avoid further conflict, and Eric Tomizawa becomes an official party member. Yay! That's it for what I will cover in this video, as I have proved my point in this video essay, and will save the rest of chapter 3 for the next one. Alright, it's been nice seeing you again, bro. Hope I see you again soon. Come back for the next vid in the series. And thanks, bros, for helping the last video blow up like it did. I did not expect that. Make sure to like and subscribe. May you please like and subscribe. And comment. I hope you have a good day and an amazing life. See ya! Now, it's yet again time for another intermission.